Welcome to the Nightcap. I'm your host, Cindy Burbano, in for Carolina Sanchez. And tonight, we're diving into a topic that makes or breaks relationships. Mixing friendship and business. And of course, we're gonna need a drink for that. So we're heading over to the bar with Good Vibes Coastal Cantina. Scott, welcome to the Nightcap.
Hi, happy to be here.
Okay, tell us, what do we have here? And I can smell the food. It's, oh my gosh.
So we have a sweet pink Moscato, which is gonna pair great with the world's best Cajun boil.
And you're gonna tell us how to make that, where we can find it. Oh my God, that's
All the
gonna
juicy
be
details.
all the juicy details. But before, coming up next, we'll hear about the real stories, advice, and maybe even a few cautionary tales about what happens when friendships and business collide. Let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
I think that video describes all of my guests tonight. Welcome to the Nightcap. I'm your host, Cindy Burbano, and we have a fabulous group of individuals, friends, besties, and business partners. We got Paul and Sunny Ray. Welcome.
Hey guys.
We got our nurse Sal and Catalina here in the house. And you know, you guys can relate, I'm sure, to that video. Working with your besties, tell us about your company and how did this merge come together?
Well, me and Sunny we met when I was in college. I worked at a front desk job at a gym, and then she was just a tenant there, and then she just.
I love how you said she was just a tenant.
Well, I
No,
didn't know her.
respect,
I didn't
respect,
know,
honey.
at that time, I didn't know her.
Yeah.
But like, because it was a college job, I really didn't care about it. But she just kept hanging around like the front desk. I was like, dang, this girl just really wants to talk all day. Maybe she's just not busy.
Did you think like, oh, she's into me? For like a minute, don't lie.
That's so funny. It is funny. We spend a lot of time together. I mean, Scott has a job, you know, so like it's funny because he does kind of like replace like when Scott is not there. I'm like, I need to lift heavy things, you know, and I've paid for our lunches sometimes, and people are like Mr. and Mrs. Diab, and they look at me and him like we're married.
Oh, that's
it's
so funny. But what's your business? What is it?
So one of our businesses is Sculpt Beauty Bar. We have a weight loss clinic, and then it's also a Sculpt Beauty. It's a sculpt business too. So we do body sculpting and skin tightening and all that. But we recently just added a podcast, and we also do day trading. And so basically, like everything that.
So here's my question: when are you guys apart? Because that takes a lot of hours.
Yeah.
On the weekends.
Like one day out of the week.
No, literally, he has like a 9 to 5. Like now we've merged so much business that I don't even know if we are still besties, but we have crossed that path to where we have to take a break from our bestiness, like because there's so much business, and like I can tell when I'm annoying him and driving him crazy. Like after like the third mental breakdown I've had, I'm like, okay, maybe I should call a different bestie.
Yeah.
Okay, but you guys have been working great together. That has worked out. Well, what about you, Sal and Catalina? Okay, you guys have been best friends for how long?
Going on 7 years already? About
Yes,
7 years?
yes.
Yeah, so I was working at a hair salon where Caterina was a hairstylist and I was the injector. I do Botox and fillers. That's my specialty.
Oh my
Anti-aging
God, that is,
medicine.
honestly, that's heaven. A salon where you can also get injected?
It's a one-stop shop.
Like, where have you
absolutely.
been?
Absolutely, yeah. So I saw Caterina, I'm like, who is this gorgeous woman? And I'm like, I want to be friends with her.
Yes.
So we became friends like that. And I actually own a med spa. It's called San Munoz Collective. And Caterina owned a salon.
I own Mooncat Beauty Lounge. It's eyelashes, eyebrows, and permanent makeup services.
Wonderful. And it just kind of you're talking about service, you're talking about beauty, it just kind of made sense.
Yes.
Okay, and this is wonderful, and I love when people talk about how great it is, and you're making money with your bestie, and this is so wonderful. But I'm sure y'all guys have had some problems, or maybe some arguments. You guys don't see eye to eye. I see you, Sunny Ray. Okay, please tell me. Has there ever been a little drama?
Yeah, I would say so. I will say this 100%. It's hard to be my friend because I'm business. I'm 100% business, but I have so much emotion in that. And there are times that I will send like a 7-minute long voice note to Paul, and I'll be like, and then, and then Scott is like, what the f are you doing? He is going to leave you, and he's going to dip out to California. Like, why would you say that? And like, Paul immediately calls me, and he'll be like, okay, we need to talk.
So he's kind of like your work husband.
Yeah.
Because like you got your husband, then your work husband. How is it, or how do you feel with being with her? As obviously you guys spend a lot of time together. Is it wise to be in business with somebody that you're such good friends with?
I think working together now has brought us a lot closer, and then I kind of see like the nitty gritty of her life now, and I see like the details of what she goes through. And so like when I see the problems that she's going through, I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is your 7th mental breakdown today. Like, let's maybe reel it back in and figure out what's really important, you know? Like our clients, our friends, just like tiny little things that like shouldn't matter during the day, shouldn't be taking up like most of her time, you know? Like if one slight mishap will make her upset for like half the day, and I'm like, let's reel it back in.
But now you know better because she's your friend. Well, we have heard about Sunny Ray and Paul, but we definitely want to hear about Nurse Sal and Katerina. And if it works, if it gets messy, that's all coming up next.
We've got every episode of The Nightcap, and we can go for hours. Download the Fox Local app on any of the following smart TV platforms and get in on the fun.
I think we can all relate to that. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm here with some fabulous co-workers, besties, and business partners. We got Paul, Sunny Ray, we got Nurse Sal and Katerina, and we were talking to you guys about how it is to work together, but we are interested to hear about that business relationship that Nurse Sal, Katerina have. Go ahead.
So I say, you know, there's never really a lot of drama between us. I think we're very easygoing and things like that, and kind of piggybacking on the sibling things. I grew up with 3 women and a single mom, so there was always a lot of female energy. So for me, it's like, oh, just another woman. It's so easy. For me, it's very easy, right? But we really rekindled our friendship whenever I took Katerina for her birthday to Mexico for the first time, and I'm like, I'm taking you to the nude beach. And then it's like, that's where we really like, oh, you know, we felt very comfortable.
We all need. Listen up. Yes.
Yeah, Katerina had never been to Mexico, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm taking Mexico, and we're going to the nude beach. Screw it. Just let it all out.
And we're calling the mariachis, baby.
Exactly.
Yes.
With nothing on.
I love it.
So you guys, what do you think is the success of being in business with somebody that you are friends with, really good friends with?
You know, I think it's to definitely separate the business and the friendship side. It's like, all right,
do you
we're going
do
to talk
that, though?
business. It's like, okay, we're talking about business now. This is business talk. And then, all right, let's go shopping. Let's go out to eat, right? That's how you kind of separate that, right? So that's...
But we also have separate businesses. So we are in the same building, but we take responsibility each for our own business. So I have Mooncat and Salvador has his spa.
Well, I want to hear about the advice you have for all those people out there that say, well, you know, because this is something we hear, you're not supposed to do business with your family or with your friends. It's going to just ruin the relationship. Katerina, we're going to start with you. What is that advice you have for them? Should they do it? Should they not?
Well, having background in the corporate business, it's always good to set the boundaries and where we're going, setting our goals, and have them on a paper. So at the end, you know, there will be end. No one get hurt, right? So. Yeah, that's.
Would you agree, Sal?
I definitely agree.
Just
I definitely
everything
agree.
in paper.
It's just putting it on paper, say, hey, listen, we're veering off of this. Let's go back to what we talked about. I think that's really important. That's definitely part of even having like clear communication with one another.
Right. And Sunny and Paul, you guys have everything in writing, correct? They're like, we do not have a contract. It's very verbal.
Yeah, it's day by day for us.
We kind of have like vision board type. I don't know.
So you guys don't actually have a contract?
No, we don't.
You're kidding.
Well, the thing is I've had contracts before,
Yes.
and it didn't even matter because
Really?
I've had very, very messy things. I'm pretty honest and open about the things that have happened to me on my social media. So yeah, but I don't think those things. For some reason, I just trust my gut. And him and I have done business together for so long. And
How y'all have been together?
Since 2000.
2000, like right before COVID. But this isn't like our first like business venture.
No, that was way before
Sorry,
COVID.
what did I say?
If it was
20, sorry,
2000.
2020.
I was like, that is like 25 years on me because I don't even know what you're talking about.
But
Okay, so since COVID, you guys have been together and no contract. It's been verbal. Your hunt.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've had contracts with people before, and I will say that if you would ask me my advice, even though we're doing well, and I'm gonna freaking have a mental breakdown for like 2 months when he moves to California. I know that I will. I already literally am crying about it, thinking about it, because he is gonna be moving one day. But I've had at least probably 13 besties that I've tried to go into business with, and I no longer speak to those people, and I don't talk to them anymore, and they've cut me off, and it has ended horribly in like lawsuits and
Okay,
like
so you're gonna say that the probability of it going wrong is probably against
it
your,
is
the odds are not-
90% gonna go wrong. Like people would tell me like, hey, you're stupid to try that again, but Paul is like the sole survivor. He has stuck around, like he has come and like swooped me off my feet.
Find the right one.
Literally,
Okay,
like I was like, I just want to give my business away, and he's
Well,
like,
I'm
no,
gonna
let
stop
me
you
help
right there, Sunny
you.
Ray,
You know,
'cause
like-
I have somebody very special that wants to talk to you about business. It's somebody that you know, very close to you, and that's all coming up next.
Missed out on the nightcap? Well, head on over to our YouTube page and catch up with Carolina.
You can watch full episodes anytime you want. And don't forget to share it with your friends, because we got to keep the conversation flowing.
So this one is not going to hurt as much as this one.
Watch the Nightcap at 11:30 on Fox 26 and anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Cindy Burbano, and we are talking friendships and business. We got our friends Paul, Sunny Ray, we got Robert and Jocelyn in the house, and I know there is some dirt. Tell us about this relationship and what this business endured. Like, what is it about?
Well, we met a few years ago. She's a dance instructor and teaches dance, and I lived downtown. The Post had just opened up. I went and took a few dance classes. We met, we talked, we became friends.
And I know it's totally off topic. What type of dance are we talking about? Is it twerking?
Twerking?
And I'm just saying because
I'm
I
the
kind of,
twerker.
okay, I figured, I could see that vibe, and I was like, he's a twerker. Yeah, okay.
We'll show you.
Actually, anything from bachata, salsa.
Oh, baby, you're one of mine. Yes. Okay, so y'all met, and then what happened? How did this?
Well, the Post kind of gave me the idea to looking for a kind of a cool space close to downtown, and we were going to run events, and we were looking at maybe doing dance, and a place in Sawyer Yards opened up.
Oh, that's a great. Is that where those big monuments are?
Silos
yes,
and whatnot.
absolutely.
And then here's what a little bit of a plot twist. So we're great friends, and my other best friend partner is her sister.
My sister Sarah.
So
Okay.
Sarah and I were looking for an event space, and Jocelyn would just happen to be a dance instructor there. So when the space became available, I got the best of both. I got two best friends now to work with.
That's wonderful. So for you, it's really something that you should do. You would tell other people, go ahead, invest, be in business with your friends.
Well, I think it's really important to be able to communicate and set all expectations up front. And we do have an operating agreement, and it kind of
Show off.
He's like, unlike her, you know, we actually have agreement. And okay, so we've talked about how great it is to go in business with your best friends, but we also hear a lot about how you shouldn't. What do you think happens when people decide, you know, it's not good? Like, what are those red flags?
So actually, sometimes maybe for women, we get emotional sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So I would say, like you said, communication. We just have to really get in front of each other and talk it out. Anything you're feeling, anything that's on your mind, don't keep it inside your head, because that's whenever things start to escalate.
Absolutely.
So I would say just talk face to face.
Sunny Ray, what do you think is a red flag for those people that are trying to get into business with their friends, their family?
A red flag is someone that doesn't want to ever give you a chance until they see you start becoming more successful. That is a red flag, 100%. So A1, since day one, I had a little teeny tiny office, and he wanted to me back then. You know, when I was doing e-commerce, I had a little Poshmark store. Now we are literally doing Amazon Lives, like on your TV. Like we have a warehouse and everything, and we teach people all this stuff. And so he's grown with me, and there's been a lot of people that didn't even want to give me a chance, didn't want to work with me, didn't want to collab or show me how to do things. And now they're knocking on my door and they're like, hey, can you help me? And that's where he comes in too, because he kind of is like a hawk for people. He's like I gave him my old business phone. I was like, it's too much. And he looks at these texts. He's like, yeah, this person wanted to come in, and I bought all these shots, weight loss shots, B12, and didn't want to pay. And I'm like, they said something about a sponsorship, and he's like, you've just been giving them product for free, and now obviously like I've lost a lot of friends. They're not really my friends. Leeches. That's what you want to watch out for.
I feel that in business we also have to surround ourselves with people that are very much the money, the numbers, the people that are really into like what comes in, what comes out, and then there's also the marketers, the creatives.
He's the money.
So he's the money.
I'm the marketer.
You're the creative. You're what? You're clearly the creative. Robert, I can tell. You're the dancer. Don't tell me. I can see the twerking, the bachata, the salsa coming in from you.
They call me Tiny Dancer.
Okay, so what is your advice, really quick, to all the people out there starting their own business?
You know, I would say finding somebody that has the same passions as you. You know, if you guys have the same vision or going in a certain direction. You may have different ideas on how to get there, but you have the same kind of vision and you're looking for the same.
So it's like the end goal.
Correct.
If you have that idea, that vision, when you guys met, you guys spoke, obviously you got along as friends, but then it's like, oh, let's get together, let's make this, but we know where we're going. Do you know where you're going from here in like 10, 15 years? You don't know. But at least in the near future you do, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Sunny and Paul? Like, where do you see you guys?
To be honest, I see us as self-made millionaires. That's where I see us.
If better by like 1%.
We're manifesting, baby.
Yeah.
He's
like 1% like every day.
We're moving.
Yes.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, all this positive energy is giving me a little bit of those munchies. So we're gonna head over to the bar with the Midnight Munchies coming up next. Welcome back to the Nightcap, and I'm here with Scott for our Midnight Munchies. Manager of Good Vibes Cantina and Kitchen. Tell us a little bit about what we got here, Scott.
We have the best Cajun boil in the world. So what you're looking at right now is 5 pounds of our crawfish. We have jumbo snow crab here on top. Pineapple, egg, alligator, spicy alligator sausage, one of my favorites.
Ooh, which is which one?
That's these bad boys right here.
We gotta show these. Yes. Alligator, you said?
Spicy alligator sausage.
Okay, baby. Okay, Scott, so you're the manager for both the cantina and the kitchen.
That's correct.
Tell us about those good vibes we get when we're there.
So what we're trying to do is elevate your experience, whether that be coming in to get a nice drink, which we have extensive, beautiful, wonderful drinks.
Tell us about the drinks, because you know it's a nightcap, so people are wondering, what do we have in there?
So at our Cantina location, we have multiple margaritas. So a whole wall full of tequilas that you can't find anywhere else.
Really?
And yes, and at our other location, we actually have a bourbon at Pearland cabinet that you can't find anywhere else. So at both places we're elevating.
Apart from all this, which is absolutely wonderful, what other food can we find there?
So at our Cantina, it's basically, we call it Chef Mex.
Okay.
So it's an elevated version of Tex-Mex. We don't even like the word Tex-Mex because it's something totally different that Chef Eric Nelson puts a twist on. and it's basically his elevated version of the Tex-Mex that you would find in Texas.
So give me like a couple plates, something that I can already savor in my mouth.
The enchilada suizas is one of my absolute
Yes,
favorites. Now it's gonna be very,
enchilada.
yes, it's gonna have that traditional tomatillo sauce.
Okay.
Now let me tell you something, it's got some kick.
Okay.
So bring your boots.
Yes, baby. It's Texas. It's Texas, and you just by saying that, I know my guests are really hungry and they want to try a little bit of something. So go ahead and get some good vibes tonight. We had some fabulous drinks. We had some great conversations, and we will see you guys next. Have a good night.
Missed out on the nightcap? Well, head on over to our YouTube page and catch up with Carolina.
You can watch full episodes anytime you want. And don't forget to share it with your friends, because we got to keep the conversation flowing.
If you're confident in yourself, who can stop you?
Ding dong, titties.
We're not looking to hurt the sisters.
Gotcha.
But you know, we can get men pretty big.
Why do I look disgusting?
No.
Also, fellas, the toy is not your enemy, it's your teammate.
Tag it in. Join us weeknights on Fox 26 at 11:30 and anytime on Fox Soul.